We shot in Morocco, in Casablanca, and we really tried hard to make believe that is Iran. And of course, this film will never be screened in Iran. The author was, oh, I'm sorry, did you hear the question? Yeah, you did. So all of us pretty much are artists in exile, and our work is pretty much banned. So we, until this government is in power, we don't foresee any chance of showing our work in Iran. You want to add to that?
Well, but you know, there is an underground distribution in Iran in forms of DVD, and also our distributor here is putting the film online, so it would be streamed online, and people would see it and download it and distribute it. I'm sure that it would happen.
I just want to say it was beautiful and very difficult to watch at times, but both beautiful and trying. But my curiosity is to why you would show kind of the darker side of women's role. There's not really a case showing a lighter side to an outcome within women's role. What was your decision in choosing only these very kind of pessimistic outcomes? I value that the women were very strong and in their mind they were very independent, but and they overcame a lot personally. But in the end, each story was pretty sad. So I'm just curious your decision.
The question was how we depict the woman and how she felt that in some ways the fate of the woman and the role seemed very fatalistic and pessimistic. Actually, I feel just the opposite. I feel like I think I do with many Iranian women. I think it's true that these women are all running away from some crisis in their lives, whether it's personal or social. But there is no doubt in the fact that these women have the courage to take their lives in their own destiny, even at the chance of failure. And I think that in that sense, if you look back in Zarin, in Fakhri, Mounez, Faeze, and every one of them really sort of takes this choice of you know, not being like everybody else and taking it, idea of change. And I think that the ending is actually not as pessimistic as you think. It's just a level of growth and self-realization, even for those who were very narcissistic, like Fakhri, whose ego was basically very dominant, and at the end she lost her chance of recovery. But for me, Mounez and her commitment to social justice and her interest in political activism and what she learned and what she tells us, or Faeze to reject the man that she ultimately adored but realized how stupid that was, these were all very positive. So I never see these women as victims, but people who are strong enough to throw themselves at the journey of change. And to me, that's also ironically a path for the country of Iran, that whenever you take a chance to ask for change, you never know what the outcome is. And that's what's really wonderful, is to put yourself at that level of risk. I think these women are all risk takers, and even their defeat is positive because they learn from it. You know, I mean, it's interesting because as Iranian nomadic artists working outside of Iran, we are subjected to only work with Iranian actors living outside also, both for funding reasons but also for security of the actors who live in Iran should never play in a film like this by me. So it was, but still very difficult because as Iranians living outside, we still confront a lot of stigma by our own community outside, like being completely nude as an Iranian woman outside, not even the religious. So I think for her was playing this role was unlike anything she had ever played, and it was very difficult. I think she was probably the most difficult one for me, but I think she played it really well. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for your very attentive presence here. And, I hope to come back to the evening. The message of this film is that the struggle is something that has been going on in Iran, and it will continue, and it's happening today, and it will continue. This is like a cycle.